Keep it down, Carl. All right, everybody, thanks for joining me on another live stream here for the SyllaFX, and we are on the Asian session. Today is November the 13th, 2020. It is Sunday, and we're about 20 minutes into the Asian session. So we're going to take a look at a few different currency pairs and see if we have any trades that are going to set up during this session. If not a big deal. We'll just go ahead and do some market analysis and set up some entry zones for the London session. If you are part of the SyllaFX group on Discord for the VIP entries, you've already gotten the signal sent out for the entry zones for about 6, maybe 7 different currency pairs, also including the gold pair, gold US. So we're going to kind of do a little bit of a recap on that and talk about a couple of the pairs and see if there's any trades that are going to be setting up during the session. If not, like I said, we'll just wait until London session or New York session in the morning to place any trades, but we'll see what we got set up here, talk about the analysis and the strategies that I use. And again, like I said, if you are part of the Discord community, you probably already got a majority of this information, so hope you guys have a good trading evening and catch some pips here. Just a few, and we'll jump into a little bit of the analysis and talk about what's setting up and see if we got anything that we can take. And if you're new to the channel, first time joining, if you guys are interested in learning the trading strategies that I use, you can definitely visit SyllaFX.com and check out the trading course there. The trading course itself is only $1, so it's up to you guys if you want to start your education on that or further your education to better understand what I use to be consistently profitable and the strategies that I use for that, the psychology behind it, the risk management, the basic information that you can pretty much get and kind of implement it and set up your own strategies from there and kind of develop a consistently profitable rules to follow to make sure you're make some money here trading in Forex. Alright, so I pretty much got the link shared out for the stream to the Discord group and the followers there. And we're gonna jump right into the euro dollar here and talk about that. Like I said, for those in the entry, the VIP entry zones group, they've already got all of these entries that were already set up, screenshotted and shared to them. We're gonna go through maybe 2 of those, since the majority of this is content for that paid group specifically. So we'll talk about the euro dollar at least and the dollar yen during this session and see if there's anything that sets up. So first and foremost, for the euro dollar, what I typically do, whether I'm trading support and resistance, supply and demand, and trend trading, 3 basic strategies and rules that I implement for myself to stay consistently profitable. I don't use any indicators, basically just market structure and price action. That's it. That's all I've ever used. Well, that's all I've used in the last few years to set up my entry zones and take trades from there. I don't like to overcomplicate things or anything like that. Keep the charts nice and clean. Like you can see, basically just the support and resistance levels, and then set up the zones where I'm looking to take positions based on where price is moving. So let's go ahead and jump over to the 4-hour chart and see what we've got going on there. First thing we want to do, of course, is set up our major levels. At least make sure they are already in place and everything looks good and accurate. As you can see on the 4-hour chart, we got some down movement coming in, showing a little bit of rejection at the major level at the top there. Now this major level was drawn from a previous level back here at this peak here, and this is kind of where we are as of now. So if we zoom into the 1-hour chart, we've already got a little bit of rejection on it. So this is something I actually talked about on the analysis video that I posted earlier and shared to the group, and where I was looking for price to pretty much do exactly what it's doing right now. So this is actually, looks like it's setting up to be a potentially a good trade here. Even though it is during the Asian session, there's not a lot of volume, so this may not be one that I'll take right now, but the setup is still valid. And if you do trade the Asian session, this is something you can definitely take for yourself, kind of decide at your discretion kind of thing. I'm just here to give you the analysis on the trades that I will look for and the setup and the entries that I'm looking to actually enter in for a position here. But so far, I mean, this looks like it actually played out pretty nicely here. So earlier I was mentioning we were kind of up in this area at the resistance level for the 4-hour time frame, and we got price coming down like I was expecting it would. I had already set up my levels here, expecting price to come down. This is that green. Let me move that over a little bit. That green arrow was trying to indicate that I was looking for price to come down at least to this level, rejected, bounce off of it, and come back up and poke into that major resistance level at the top, and from there get a rejection. And looks like that's exactly where we're actually getting here. It peaked right into that entry zone that I was setting up earlier. And like I said, this is stuff that I've already shared to the Discord group. Let me actually see if I can pull it up from earlier here. Because it pretty much every evening before like London session or the New York session, I'll set up the zones that I'm looking for and wait for price to kind of play out and do what it needs to do. And this one is actually looks like it's going in there exactly as I was hoping it would, and creating the rejection that we're looking for a sell position here. Okay, so that's the SEJ. We're looking for euro dollar. Yeah, so this is the one that I took earlier. As you can see, how it's pretty much played out so far. So this is the 15-minute chart earlier. I think it was maybe like 1:30, about 1 or 1:30 Eastern time. Basically was drawing out that I wanted to see price come down into this level that was already drawn up, and as you can see up here, that's exactly what it's doing. It's coming right down into that zone, and it's bounced off of it and came up and poked right into that entry zone that I had set up earlier, and it looks like it's doing exactly that. So we're looking at a potential sell. Now this, like I said, this may not be one I'll actually take here because it's already moving down from it, but it did exactly as I was hoping it would from the screenshot I took and the levels I set up. Looking for a price to make it all the way down at least to this level here, because we're going to be rejecting this major resistance level and moving back down a little bit, potentially all the way down. If not, I mean, it's okay. It doesn't matter. I'll be out of that trade by then anyways. I'm only aiming for the 60 pips on this entry zone. So this is definitely a good one that hopefully some of you took if you were already if you've already watched the video that I posted earlier. What time was that actually? So live Forex analysis, euro. I don't think it shows the exact time, but yeah, I already posted that earlier, so I'm sure people have already kind of checked that one out. Let's see. Back to the dashboard. Yeah, so pretty much as far as that screenshot that I took, we're kind of right there playing out exactly as I was hoping. I hope some of you have caught it if you are trading the Asian session. Typically, I don't trade the Asian session. I'm usually New York session trader, 8 a.m. to about 12, maybe 1 p.m. Eastern time. I usually don't stay up for the London session very often at all, so we'll see how that plays out, if there's anything that sets up at that time. If not, I'll just wait till New York session to look for a trade. But if you do trade Asian, hopefully you caught this setup here. Like I said, this was already shared out to the group, the VIP entry zones group, for levels that I was looking for, and this one is playing out perfectly. I mean, look at that. Now it is a little bit further out of the zone for me to actually enter in the trade. If you did, it would still be a good valid trade. You would just want to make sure your stop loss is still way up here at the top of that zone above that major resistance level, because it could potentially come all the way back up and go into the entry zone a little bit further, at least halfway into it. But as long as you got your stop loss above that area here, you'll be safe to take a sell position there. But if this continues down, this would be a good trade if I was taking that one here. We'll already be up about 17 pips. Not bad, not bad. So that was just really the basics of that setup, to be honest. It was just setting up the major resistance and support levels on a 4-hour chart, as we did here. Seeing that we were approaching a major resistance level, going down to the 1-hour chart, seeing that price is already hesitating at that level. And at the time that I was drawing the entry zone, set up levels that I was expecting it to come down to, reject, peek back into that resistance and bounce off of it like it did here, and we're moving back down. So that is the setup. So let's jump over to the dollar yen and see how that one is actually playing out. Nice buy position on that. Yeah. So on this one, at the time, let me pull up the screenshot for the dollar yen. So earlier today, before the market opened, we were at this level for the dollar yen on the 15-minute chart. So we were below the major resistance level here. So I was looking at two potential outcomes that could happen. Either price would poke back above that major resistance, it would become a support level and come back down and bounce off of it, and then take buy positions to go up, aiming for about 75 pips or so. So as you can tell, that's exactly what's happened here. Price did go ahead and shoot all the way up into above that major resistance level here, and came back down to test it as a support, and we got the nice rejection, the perfect rejection that we would be looking for to take this buy position here. Stop loss set right below, and this would be pretty much, so like, let's go ahead and move that over. If I would have waited for that rejection to happen, this is where we would be on this one here. Let me remove some of this content. See a little bit clearer picture of that. There we go. So now this is no longer a valid sell, since one of the outcomes already occurred. Price went up above the resistance and became a support. So we can get rid of all of this, and we're looking at exactly what's happening now. So we're above the resistance level, now is a support, comes down, bounces off of it exactly as I was looking for, and now we're moving up on that here. So if we were in the trade now, we'd be up about 12 pips, only aiming for 75 on this. So this would be a pretty quick, easy one. Maybe another half an hour to 45 minutes, and we'll probably, yeah, this would be a profitable trade on this. But like I said, I usually don't trade the Asian session, so it's not one that I would actually have taken. But for those that do trade the Asian session, that are part of that VIP entry zones group, there's your setup. Already two good looking trades that have developed so far here, and that you would be in profit already at this point. So hopefully some of you are catching these moves. Very simple, clear, no indicators, clean chart. So yeah, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and kind of move this up here. This is what I was looking for it to do. Move this up here. Yeah. So that's what we got so far here. Dollar yen would be looking pretty good. I don't expect prices to come back down below this major resistance level or support level now. So this will be a good buy position. Like I said, it's not one that I'm going to go ahead and take now because the volume, for me, the volume has to be there in the sessions for me to actually trade it. Even though there are, I mean, there's people that trade the Asian session, especially at market open on a Sunday, and that's perfectly fine if you trade that session. That's up to your rules, your determination of when you want to trade and what you want to trade. Just here to provide the analysis and the entries that I would be looking for if I were to trade this session. But for me, I'll stick to the New York session for now. See if I can catch any trades there. But if you are in the Asian session, hopefully you're catching these moves, guys. I may take a look at one other pair. See if we got any good setups here. The rest of that I'll leave to the VIP group that's catching these moves. Probably be getting off here soon to watch this football game, so what I may do, just to kind of make sure for those who are watching or catching these streams and watching these trades actually play out live, that this is real trades that you can take, real money that you could be making here. Might leave it up to kind of let it play out and see how the trade ends. I mean, I would only expect it to be half an hour to 45 minutes, but then again, it is the Asian session. It might take it whatever time it wants. And that's kind of part of the reason why I don't trade as an Asian session, is the amount of time that it takes for moves to actually occur, because the volume is not quite there. So for those of you that trade Asian session, you definitely got to be patient on that here. But as I always mention in all of my streams and market analysis, definitely trade with stop loss, practice risk management, no matter what strategy that you use, whether it's support and resistance, supply and demand, and trend trading. There is no perfect trading strategies. A lot of these moves are, you might have a higher rate to win on your trades depending on strategy you use, but always use a stop loss, always practice risk management, because you're not always going to win all of your trades. And just at least what I'm noticing here, because on this particular trade, I would only be aiming for, what was it, 60 pips. So already kind of down quite a bit on it, over 20 pips into profits if you were to take it at that exact point, the entry zone that I had already set up for that. At the close of this candle, if we actually close like maybe right around in this area, I would go ahead and move my stop loss to break even, so make it a risk-free trade at that point. So hopefully we get a little bit of movement and volume in here. I don't expect much for the Asian session, to be honest, but if we get it to close down right around in this area, I would go ahead and move the stop loss to break even, reduce any risk, eliminate that, and pretty much just let it play out. See what happens. Kind of the same thing on this one here. We would have took a buy position at that wick once it started turning into a bullish candle. Up about, what, 19 pips on that one. I'd want to see at least maybe 30 pips on that one before I move to break even, though. But so far, I mean, these trades will look good. If you're taking these trades, definitely kudos to you. Make sure you're making some money on these trades here and catching these entry zones. And actually, while this is playing now, if you are interested in the SyllaFX course and learning the trading strategies that I utilize and what I use on a daily basis to analyze the market and stay consistently profitable, you want to visit SyllaFX.com. Here you can get the course. Right now, the course is literally $1, guys. Like, if you want to learn all the basic information of trading, the psychology behind it, the risk management, and then of course the 3 strategies that I use and I implement on a daily basis, the rules that I follow, just go to SyllaFX.com. You can get the course there and at least get that started to get your education on that. If you're not interested in getting the course, you can always join the free Discord community. I do have a free one where I do hold conversation and answer questions to different traders. Of course, it's going to be a community of other traders that are in there that are profitable, and some of those are going to be part of the VIP entry zones group as well, that'll share their knowledge and experience with the group and how trading has been for them. And if you are interested in the actual VIP entry zones, now this is a paid VIP students group where I give daily, I will give 3 to 6 entry zones on different currency pairs. Today I happened to do, I think it was 7 currency pairs, and I also included entry zones for the gold for those that trade it. I don't trade gold myself, but I still analyze it the exact same way, whether it's crypto, indices, or Forex. Market analysis is pretty much the same. The technical analysis behind it is going to be the basic fundamental price action and market structure, so it all applies across the board there. Like I said, I only trade Forex currencies myself, but I mean, if you trade indices and gold and crypto, the same thing could be applied there. So I did include the gold analysis on today's entry zone. So every day, every weekday prior to like the London session and New York session, if you're a part of that group, you will get 3 to 6 entry zones for each of those pairs. And then of course that does include live streams when I do host them with the students directly, and Q&A sessions for that. And it's not much, but if you are part of the VIP student group, you also get the full content of the SyllaFX trading course too. Now the VIP student, the VIP entry zones group is $39 a month if you're interested in that. But like I said, every day literally you would have options on what trades you can take. So depending on what your capital is, your trading size is, you could be making trades, multiple trades a day if you wanted to. I typically only recommend making 1 to 2 trades a day, and that's usually the most that I take. I think like last week or the week before, I took like 3 or 4 trades in one day, but there was a reason behind that, and I explained that on a prior video. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, that's in the list of videos on the channel as well. But outside of that, 1 or 2 trades a day, and with the group, you basically get 3 to 6 options on different currency pairs that you can choose from. Trading is at your discretion. I'm not here to tell you what to trade and when to trade it, but if I can highlight the exact entry zones that you want to look for, that are high quality entry zones for any currency pair, or at least the ones that I monitor, that'll give you a better chance and kind of give you a feel of what pair you want to trade most often, which one is more successful for you. This is going to be there basically to give you exactly where in the market, where in the structure that you should be looking for those entry zones, and then you kind of decide from there what trades or pair you want to take from that. But yeah, like it says here, 3 to 6 entry zones per day, full course content, live trading sessions with me, and you receive those on a daily basis. Well, weekdays, but I do include a Sunday because of the upcoming London and New York session for Monday. Of course, you won't get this type of analysis on a Friday evening because there's no trades to be made until Sunday. So Sunday will be the next time you get those entry zones being set up for you. But we're looking so good here on the euro dollar. This is a good entry where we'd be up about 22 pips still here. Let's take a look at the dollar yen. Still up about what, 15, 13 pips on that one. So not bad, not bad. Looks like we're coming down. 25. Looks good, looks good. So during this stream, I won't actually go through the other pairs because I did provide entry zones for the Aussie dollar, pound dollar, Aussie yen, pound yen, euro yen, and gold. But of course, like I said, this is content for the VIP entry zones, but at least go through the euro and the yen, or euro dollar and the dollar yen for you guys on the live streams. So we closed out right around in this level. So this is not really enough for me to move to a break even. I'd want it to come at least down to like 30 pips. If we can get to at least halfway in the move, then I'll go ahead and move to break even on that one here. Might get a little bit of a comeback and bounce into that zone again, at least the dollar yen. This would be a nice little move here. 60 pips, quick winner for the night. And of course, as far as the trading sizes, that is at your discretion depending on your broker, what leverage you have, your account balance, and what you're willing to risk per trade. Typically, I only recommend risking 1 or 2% of your capital based on what your stop loss will be on the trade. So usually, if depending on what my account balance is on the larger account, I might risk at least the leverage that the weight that allows me in the market will range between 3 standard lots to 5 standard lots, depending on what I look for in the setup. If it's like a really clear setup and I get in like at the perfect time, I might go ahead and do a 5 lot trade on that one. Majority of the time, I try to stick to 3 standard lots just to minimize the risk on that. That keeps my stop loss at a small amount of the capital to reduce it down to that 1% that I'm risking per trade. And then that allows me to give it a little bit more if I'm doing multiple trades at once. It might be a setup that I see on the euro dollar, and there might be a setup on the dollar yen that I see as well. So if I do only the 3 standard lots on those, that'll allow me to do another 3 standard lots on the second trade without worrying too much about my actual capital or the risk that I'm taking on those 2 separate trades there. Said, for those that do trade the Asian session, if you've taken this trade, or if you could have, I mean, assuming we were doing about a 3 standard lot on the position that I would typically take, I mean, 60 pips on a euro dollar, I mean, that's roughly be right under, a little bit under 1800, and that's just because of the leverage, the fees that I would incur with IG. If you don't already know, if you don't follow the channel, my broker that I use is IG Forex here in the United States. They are a regulated broker with a leverage maxed out at 1 to 50. So not very high as far as what the standards are considered in Forex trading, but it is. I am in the US and I only trade with a regulated broker just to minimize risk, and I feel more comfortable that way. So whatever broker you decide to go with, that's at your discretion, of course. But I stick to regulated brokers, and I'll stick to a broker that's within the U.S. And with the lower leverage, that's fine, just because I have a higher capital to work with anyway, so it's not a big hindrance for me, at least. But if you are new to trading and starting off, you might want to go with a broker that gives a little bit more leverage, and that's perfectly fine. Just do your homework and decide what broker you're going to go with from there, whoever you're comfortable with. Yep. At least on this one, looks like we're going to kind of poke into it and possibly bounce back in. So it's already about 8:50 Eastern time here. It's only planning on streaming for about an hour or so. I think we've only been on for maybe like 30-40 minutes or so, but I want to kind of share a little bit of the content on the site for you guys. That way, if you are, like I said, if you are interested in the trading course and want to learn the trading strategies that I use and implement, just kind of give you guys a little bit of a rundown on what that covers. Like I said, right now, it's only a buck, $1. I mean, you can at least start off to get your education on that, or further and better understand what it takes to be successful and consistently profitable, using or sticking to your rules and all that good stuff. as far as what is explained in the course. So we're gonna show you guys that a little bit here. If you guys are interested in the actual course, and this is the content that it kind of goes over. Of course, the disclosures are very important. I like to always start off with explaining that trading is risky. It is an investment. It is something you want to make sure that you're making the decision on. You're only investing what you can afford to lose, because most traders do lose at the beginning. So without the right knowledge, without the right psychology behind it, without rules and sticking to your strategies, most traders are going to lose money. So if you are new to this, definitely start off small and only trade with what you can afford to lose. But the course kind of goes over that, some disclosure information about that in the first section, and then of course they'll cover the basic information about what Forex is, what leverage is, your lot sizes, the different currency pairs that are available, the trading sessions that are there, which ones you want to kind of look for, what will fit your trading style and lifestyle as far as the times that you're going to actually trade. Then of course it goes over into the risk management, explaining the strategy as far as making sure you understand that there's no such thing as a perfect strategy. Of course, you just want to make sure that you're using one that is consistently profitable, sticking to the rules, sticking to the strategy, and using proper risk management. 1 to 2 risk to reward ratios, 1 to 3s, 1 to 4s, whatever gives you the edge in the market. Keep your stop losses tight, keep your losses small in order for you to win bigger than your losses. And if you're winning 50% or more, you're already going to be profitable right there. Now, the strategies that I use are typically range between 75 to 80% on the win rate. So that alone, even if you were just doing 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, you're going to be profitable. But most of my trades are set up, and the entry zones are set up with 1 to 2s and 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. That goes into the risk management section of the course, and always using stop losses. So all that information is included there. Then of course the psychology behind trading, the state of mind that you need to have. You got to be okay with taking a loss sometimes and cutting that loss short in order to minimize the risk and minimize the loss in your capital. Live to trade another day. All that is explained in the psychology section of the course. Avoiding mistakes that most traders will do, especially at the beginning, and being emotionally aware of what you are able to handle mentally when you're trading, because that's very important. A lot of people don't understand that. That's one of the biggest factors when it comes to being successful in trading Forex. And then of course the meat and potatoes of the course, the trading strategies, support and resistance, trend trading, and supply and demand. All that is detailed there. The rules that I implement for myself and I stick to, checking for news events, the sessions that I trade, all of that is covered in the course. And like I said, right now you can get that for literally $1. So that should be pretty simple for you guys to kind of go through it. I believe it gives you all the information that you need to be consistently profitable and keeping things simple. You don't want to overcomplicate things. You don't need any indicators, any overlays, anything complicated. Even though I mark up my charts on TradingView, which is known for the vast variety of indicators there, as you can see, I don't use any indicators. I literally just use market structure and price action. That's all you need to be successful in trading. But that's the content of the course there that kind of goes through, give you guys kind of a syllabus of that if you guys are interested in going through that information. And then, like I said, of course, the VIP student group, the VIP entry zones group, and where daily they will get 3 to 6 entry zones per currency pair. 4 different currency pairs, and then you kind of, at your discretion, decide what you're going to trade from there. If price is getting to that zone like it did here, with the analysis I did earlier today, before market open, I mean, it's literally playing out exactly as I was hoping. It doesn't always happen that way, of course, but when it does, you catch a perfect setup like this. You don't want to miss moves like this and avoid missing out on basically free money that you could be making here, guys. So keep track of that. Join the group if you're interested in making those trades, and wish everybody luck on those trades there. Getting close to 9 o'clock. I'll stick around for just a few more minutes and see how things play out on the pairs here. Let's jump over to the dollar yen and see what we got going on. Yep, price is going back into that zone. Hopefully we get some nice rejection into that to bounce back up and make a move for the profits. looking good on the dollar yen or on the euro dollar so far. And of course, after the stream, if you guys have any questions in regards to the trading strategies that I use, the rules that I follow, how long, I mean, any questions you basically have about my trading career, what I use to stay consistently profitable, any questions about the course, the group, anything like that, you're welcome to comment in the below the video after the stream is over. And like I said, you can always join the free Discord group and communicate with me directly through there, ask your questions. If you're interested in joining the entry zones group, or getting the course and learning the strategies from there and kind of doing your own thing, it's completely up to you guys. But outside of that, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the stream for now. I'm not gonna be taking any trades during the Asian session anyways, but just looking to see how things were kind of playing out with the entry zones that I provided to the group earlier. See how things are playing out. It's looking pretty good so far, and looks like we're getting that rejection we're looking for into that zone. If I was trading the Asian session, this would be a good re-entry point that I would take here. If I would have missed the first move, because we already got the nice rejections here, we're into the negatives on our position. So this would be, if this was one that I had missed before, this would definitely be one that I would go ahead and retake another buy position here to go ahead and move up with that one. But we'll let that play out, and we'll check it in the morning and see how that rolls. But as of right now, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it from here. It's about 9 o'clock now. So as far as the euro dollar, you guys know how the setup went. Set up levels on a 4-hour chart. Look at the 1-hour chart to see how we're reacting with the zone, the major support level or resistance level up here. And then down to the 15-minute chart to look at the actual movement and capture a trade from there based on price action. That nice rejection that we got into that zone, taking a sell position there would have been a great way to go ahead and enter this position. You'd be in the profits about 22 pips currently. Once you hit about the 30 pip mark, that's when I would usually go ahead and move my stop loss. About halfway into the profits, move to break even, eliminate all the risks on the trade and let the rest play out from there. If it comes back up and taps it out, oh well, we didn't lose anything. If it keeps going down, you win that 60 pips and roughly $1,800 on a 3 standard lot trade here. So, well, I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys to that. If you guys got any questions, join the free Discord community group and ask from there, or comment below. If you follow the channel and the analysis that I provide, definitely like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified when I go live or upload new analysis and entry zones. So thanks for watching, guys. I will catch you guys in another video. Want to become a full-time trader? Start making more money today without a full-time 9-to-5 or working graveyard shifts. With SyllaFX, you'll receive trade entry zones every day for different currency pairs. This also includes the full SyllaFX trading course, live trading sessions, and the Discord community of profitable traders. Visit SyllaFX.com today and join the VIP entry zones group, and start winning your trades with this simple and easy to follow trade entries, and watch your profits grow each day. Go to SyllaFX.com now and join the entry zones group.